Today we are discussing our karmic destiny and our energetic role we play for society. So really quick before we begin, this is episode number 64 of Real Occult, where we apply numerology and astrology to the material world. Today is January 19th, 2026. It is a 21 life path, 19-day energy. So we have the base 3 life path with the base 1 day energy on the 19th day of the year. So we have 3 energy and 1 energy, the 2 dominant energies of the day. This is episode 64. 6 and 4 is 1, and 3 energy is communication. So we have the communication theme plot line from the 3 life path, and we have episode 64 from the 19 energy. So we have 3s and 1s today, and we are directly locked in to the universe. So let's jump right into our karmic destiny and our energetic role we play for society. As we have entered this one universal year, all of the input-output equations from the last 9-year universal cycle are in the past. So from 2017 until 2025, that 9-year bucket was one universal cycle. Gunner, it's ambulance or fire truck, police car, we're safe. That 9-year bucket has all of the input-outputs contained together. So Newton's third law, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. All of those input, output, action, reaction equations have all been finalized as we concluded the universal cycle in 2025, with this kickoff of the next 9-year cycle happening right here at the beginning of the year. Yesterday, on the 18th, we had the first new moon of 2026. So the moon represents emotions, our internal world. And now internally, our safe, emotional, internal world is also removed from the last 9-year cycle. The moon has shifted. Our internal world is shifted. We are now physically, emotionally, mentally separated from that last 9-year cycle. As we begin this new universal cycle, it's important for us to ask ourselves, does the game I'm currently playing, and that game being, am I playing the money game where all I'm worried about is accumulating as many dollar bills as possible? Am I playing the family game where my primary focus is improving my family life, my children's life, my spouse's life, grandparents' life, parents' life, whatever your family situation, or not situation, whatever your family circumstances are? Are you playing the artistry game, the beauty game? Are you playing the athletic game, the entertainment game? What game are you playing? And asking ourselves as we move through this next 9-year cycle, does the game I'm currently playing align with the energetic role I'm meant to fulfill for society? So if you think of society as a whole, whether that be the world and the whole universe, or you can zoom in a little bit and say your country, you could zoom in further and say your state, your district, your county, zoom all the way in and just say your community, your neighborhood, the street you live on. Am I fulfilling the energetic role I am meant to fulfill for my street, for my community, for my neighborhood, for my city, for my state, for my district, for my county, for the universe as a whole? So now the next question becomes, what is my energetic role? The imprinted energy from the first breath we took after being born gives us direct insight into our karmic destiny through the 3 layers of karma, and ultimately gives us insight and guidance into that role that we are meant to fulfill for society. So much like a bee in a beehive, some bees are fixing the hive all day, some bees are protecting the queen all day, some bees are flying around pollinating as many flowers as possible. They all have a little bit different role to fulfill, and the better they fulfill that role, the better the entire hive operates and functions. And so our role, Newton's third law, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. The moment we are born gives us insight into the role we are meant to fulfill. And so the life path, adding up every digit from our birthday, unless there's an 11, 22, or 33 involved, adding up, and then you take that number as a whole, a little more nuance. Adding up each digit gives us insight into the life path, which is the overarching theme for our plot line, our experience. You can think of the life path as the plot line for our life. A 1 life path, or actually we'll do the 3 life path because today is a 3 life path day. So the 3 life path, I actually did a podcast earlier on the differences between day energy and life path. That's a good video or podcast to listen to if you're interested. I also put multiple videos on life path versus day energy on my YouTube channel, Tristan Garrett Mueller on YouTube, if you're interested in that. The 3 life path, you have communication, you have childlike ambition, curiosity, you have a very luck is on your side type of energy. The retrospectively, the timing of everything is on your side. You're very lucky with timing. Gunner, that's a bird, bud. Hey, birdie buddy, we're safe. Bird. And so the life path is the overarching plot line, the theme for that plot line. So a 3 life path, the plot line theme would be lucky timing. The plot line theme would be very curious. The plot line theme would be very childlike, playful, creative. All these 3 type of energies describes the plot line. The year that we are born is a 10,000-foot bird's eye general overview of the vacuum in society, the vacuum in the universe that we are energetically filling. So if you are born in a 7 year, which would be 2005, you could do 1996, any year that you add up the year digits and it comes to a 7, that would be the 10,000-foot bird's eye view of the role. So someone born in a 7 year, the role they are fulfilling for society is that role of divine intelligence. They notice things. They're the bridge between the 6 and the 8. And so that 7 energy, 7 is divine intelligence. It is intuition. It is very introspective, retrospective, very analytical. And because of that, it can create loneliness, isolation. It tends to teach through material loss. So someone born in a 7 universal year, they may feel disconnected between the generations. So if you have, let's see, the 90s, that'd be 1996 would be a 7 universal year, kind of in between, what is that, millennial and Gen Z. So people born in 96, they're kind of filling that gap and bridging the difference between the millennials and the Gen Z. So they're going to notice things about millennials that the millennials don't notice. They're going to notice things about the Gen Z that the Gen Z don't notice. They kind of bridge the gap. But because of that, they don't necessarily fit into either one of the groups. Whereas someone born in, you would say, 1999, They are that one energy for the Gen Z group. They are getting the ball rolling. They are putting the stake in the ground. This generation is different, and this difference takes hold in a massive way starting now. That one energy, that individuality, that determination, that aggressiveness that comes with the one, that masculine imperative of, I don't care what you have to say about what I'm doing, this is what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. That one energy kicks the ball off, gets it rolling. And so people born 2025 last year, they're feeling that 9 universal year role for society as a whole. They're filling that energetic vacuum. And that's pressure deviation. There is no such... The universe doesn't like a vacuum. The universe will fill a vacuum. Temperature change. It's very cold outside. It's very warm inside. You open the door. You could feel the air moving through. That's the universe filling the vacuum. And so energetically, we do the same thing. And we get insight into that based on the year that we are born. It gives that 10,000-foot bird's eye view. The month we're in, that middle layer, adds some nuance and flavoring to our role. So someone born in April of 1999 is going to have a different role, different flavoring to that role, different nuance to how that role represents. A 1 universal year born in a 4 month gives you a 5 universal energy, and then you're going to add the day of that month to give you that life path. And so the month gives us more nuance to our role, and then the day that we are born, the day of the month, and the total day of the year as a whole. So someone born, January 3rd, they're born on the 3rd day of the year. Someone born, well, that's a bad example because January is both the same. So someone born February 1st, they're born on a 1 energy day. From the day of the year they are born, they're born on the 32nd day of the year. So they have that 5 and 1 energy, 5 change, 1 new beginnings. So they have that doubling nuance coming in to give us flavoring to that role. And so the day energy gives us insight into the activities and events that connect us to our life path. So someone born with a 3 life path, born on the 1st, they connect to that life path through that 1 energy. So they're going to have a lot of 1 energy types of activities. They're going to have to be a leader. They're going to have to be an individual. They're going to have to take that role in order to maximize access to that lucky timing that comes from the 3 life path. And so I hope this all starts to make sense, the different layers. We didn't even get into the 3 layers of karma really fast. You have the foundational layer of karma, which is from our birth chart, which is the planets, what signs are the planets in, what house based on our birth chart, what house is that sign and planet in for us, giving us insight into the area of our lives that planet and sign are going to be ruling over. Your first house, like your physical appearance, what planet is in that first house, what sign is in your first house. Someone with Mars, Taurus, first house is going to have an entirely different body, appearance, personality than someone with Virgo, Saturn, first house. Very different energies. Taurus, bold, big, slow moving. Virgo, analytical, focused, more slender. What I say, Mars, aggression, outgoing, fiery. Saturn, cold, reserved, structured, disciplined with detachment. So it's going to determine that area of your life, what planet and what sign is sitting in and ruling that house. That's that foundational layer, which lays out the themes through our Mahadashas, Antardashas, all of that good stuff for that overarching plot line, the theme. The middle layer, the current layer of karma, is the current transits we're having and experiencing. So that would be, for example, like right now you have Saturn in what is Saturn? Saturn in Pisces right now. That's a bad example. Off the top of my head. Let me check really fast. What is going on here? That's not where I want. Yeah, right here. So right now we have, Saturn in Pisces, Rahu is in Aquarius, the moon, the sun, Venus, Mars, Mercury are all in Capricorn, Ketu's in Leo, Jupiter's in Gemini. So, current transits. Ketu in Leo, what house is your Leo in? If Leo's in your first house, that's going to be giving you that Ketu detachment feeling around your body, your personality, your physical appearance. If that Leo is in your 10th house, your career, that Ketu detachment, boldness, maybe you're going to be making a massive career move. If it's in your first house, you might be changing your personal style. So that's the current layer of karma, the current transits that we are going through and experiencing. This is from numerology, your personal years, your personal months, your personal days, all of that stuff. That top layer, the third layer, the peak layer is created karma, which is what most people think about. You do something bad things are going to happen to you. That created karma is the universe gauging the status of our learning through our actions. And so we have this foundational layer of karma, which gives us insight into types of lessons we're expected to learn throughout our life. We have the current layer, which is what we are currently experiencing. We are experiencing the things we have to in order to learn the lessons we need to. And then that created layer is the universe gauging the status of our learning based on how we respond to different circumstances or situations. And so as we move through these different layers and we experience life, we are in this one universal year right now. We have to continually ask ourselves, does the game I'm currently playing align with the role I'm meant to fulfill? And so you can be, we'll go back to that 3 life path, 1 day born in a 7 universal year. You can play the money game and fulfill that role. You can play the family game and fulfill that role. You can play the athletic game. No matter what game you choose to play, there is a way for you to fulfill your energetic role for society through that game. So if you're that 3 life path, 1 energy born in a 7, maybe instead of being the athlete itself, if you're playing the athletic game, maybe you are a nutritional trainer, or you're a coordinator, or you're a coach. You're fulfilling your role in that way. That 7 energy, divine intelligence with the lucky determination, the lucky new beginnings. Maybe you're a rehab guy. People get hurt. That's 7 energy. Life path 3, lucky, new beginnings, and you get them back on the right path. You handle rehabs. You're the head athletic trainer for a sports team. That would be you fulfilling your energetic role and ultimately aligning with your karmic destiny. And so you can play whatever game you would like to play. The question is, am I playing it the most effective way possible? And so for those of you, if you did not know, if you weren't aware, I currently run a 164 kid before school, after school program. And I also have an online community, school online community, where I help families improve their children's spiritual foundation. And the best way to improve your children's spiritual foundation is to improve your own spiritual foundation. That's my completely free school community, skool.com/real occult. If you're interested, like I said, completely free. We work with families and kids all day long, both online and in person. And so we had a parent who was really interested in getting back into the stock market this year, really trying to get into the stock market as a demonstration to their children, putting their money where their mouth is, that investing is important. Set aside a little bit bit of money every paycheck. I think their kid was just getting ready to, or had just gotten his first job, or was just getting ready to get their first job. And so they were demonstrating through their actions, investing is important. And so looking at their chart and figuring out, okay, what would be the best way for you to invest energetically so that you can fulfill your energetic role? It's like, well, you win through other people's losses based on your birth chart, based on that foundational layer, based on the year you're born, the day you're born, the month you're born in. Newton's third law, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The reaction to you being born here is that there's this energetic vacuum meant for you to fulfill, that you're meant to fulfill. There's this energetic vacuum for you. And the universe is going to suck you right into it. And if it doesn't pull you into it, it's going to pull someone else into it, because that role or that activity, that type of thing is going to get done. Whether you do it or someone else does it, the universe will fill that vacuum. And so said, well, you're going to earn through other people's losses. So every time there's a pullback, every time there's a clawback in the market, you are one of the people who's meant to bring liquidity. So the market pulls back 6%, bam, guess what? They invest that day. They put more money in that day. Every pullback, they dumped money in. And not only did they have their best year in the market ever, but they returned every single year that they had previously had losses. They returned not only enough to cover all of those losses, but now end up all time up in the market. Whereas before, they're chasing. They're trying to pick winners. It's like, nope, if this is a winner, every time it pulls back, just put more money in it. Because when these people lose money, that's where you gain. So stock pulls back, someone sells out, they buy in, someone lost money, they made money. And so that's how their energy is meant to operate in society. That's the role that they're meant to fulfill. And so there's this stock market investing example. We had the athletic trainer example. No matter what game you're trying to play, there is a way for you to fulfill your karmic destiny by aligning with the role you're meant to fulfill for others and for society as a whole. I hope this makes sense. This video or this recording got longer than I anticipated it would. If you are still listening, I genuinely appreciate you for listening. The universe is on your side. The universe wants you to win. The universe is pulling for you to win. We simply have to demonstrate through our actions that we have learned the lessons we're meant to learn. That's it. Once we learn the lessons, the universe supports us. And we learn our lessons by demonstrating through our actions that we have learned. And we do that by changing. Presented with the same conditions, we respond in a different way. We have demonstrated through our actions, through giving the universe inputs, that we have changed. And with those new inputs, we will receive new outputs. It is that simple. Once again, if you've made it this far, I genuinely appreciate you for listening. The universe is on your side. I'm on your side. If you have any questions, send me a message, Tristan@realoccult.com. If you'd like a free reading for yourself and your family, school, skool.com/realoccult. And I will talk to you again soon.